Well, hello everyone. Sorry for the slight delay. Basically, my network went for a bit. But we are here, ready for qualifying for round number 6 of the 2016 CRC World Championship. We are here at the Monte Carlo Street Circuit. In what should be a very interesting race. As we are here with just around 10 minutes to go till qualifying gets underway. But it should be, hopefully, a very interesting session. As we've got 10 minutes to go, but the big question ahead of this weekend is, what is the Dork threat going to be like? Because they have looked very threatening to Jonas Roker of Dork. Anyway, I'll be right back then. It's time for qualifying. So, we are close to being prepared for what hopefully will be, and I think we might see some surprises from today's session. And the reason for that is obviously it's Monaco. A lot can happen in qualifying because it's going to be a massive fight to get some cleared track. There's going to be so much jostling for position. But we are almost ready for qualifying. But it's going to be an interesting session here at around the Principality of Monaco. As we're now awaiting. It's almost time to go to the KSR coverage of qualifying. Of course, don't forget, obviously with D-Man having pulled out, we are actually going to be down, obviously down to 28 cars. So this means that we're going to lose 9 cars in Q1, and then it's actually going to go down to 20th, the cars that we lose in Q1. Anyway, it's time to head to the KSR coverage of qualifying for round 6 of the 2016 CRC World Championship. Hello everyone and welcome to Monaco, here for qualifying in what should be a fascinating qualifying session here in the Principality of Monaco. So many big stories that could happen for this weekend in each of the qualifying parts, the 3 qualifying parts we're going to have. But the biggest story of them all, will Dorf be a threat to Yanata Roca? The all-conquering Yanata Roca Y1316, because they have looked definitely close, have Dorf. Of course, Walesi did top FP3, but I think we could be in for quite a close qualifying session, and I believe, will we see any shots out in the early stages? Will we see any kind of shock? Because we might well see some surprises, like some cars not being able to get a clear lap in the amount of time that they need to, and then going out of Q1. And that could happen to a Yanata Roca. I mean, probably not in Q1, but in Q2 maybe. You never know. It's Monaco, so a lot can happen. But especially, and that is vital, especially on a track where a good position on the grid is all important. Where a good position on the grid is essential. And we're almost ready. But we've got 2 minutes to go. So, around a minute to go. Till we get Q1 underway. So, we're almost ready. Get underway. So they're just getting the final few cars into the game right now. Okay, so it's time. For qualifying. The first part of qualifying, obviously, it's the 22-minute session. And we are underway. First out on track, it is Abby Leggett. So Abby Leggett opens the session. Heading up Beau Rivage. But I think we could possibly see the M8, because Mossad haven't really looked as good this weekend as they have done in previous races. But it's Abby Leggett who has opened Q1 in the Team Mossad by MAT. And now it's this point, and it's more of a problem here. You're just hoping no one exits the pits. It's not the safest pit lane in the world, Monaco, and that is the problem. That was the Anasaroka of Alex Moores, who just went out at the wrong time to destroy Abby Leggett's lap. Wesley starts the lap. He's got clear track. I mean, the thing about Monaco though, here in Monaco, in Turkey, if you like to say have a slower car exit the pits in front of you, you can get away with a few corners being held up by, say, a Speed Tech or an HWR, because then, if you're in Ataroka, because then the second and third sectors are likely to get you in. But the thing about here is it's very hard to overtake, whether it's a Yanataroka or an HWR or a Speed Tech. So it's likely it would last a few corners, and it would lose the driver time. But Wedessi's on a lap. Here, there's a couple of cars ahead, but I think he's done a good enough first and second sector. Well, he's not finished the second sector yet, but he's done a good enough first part of the lap to get through, even if he does run into the Coombe GP, who's clearly being held up. Legend is a 17.4. O'Connor does a 15.6. Wedessi, I'm pretty sure, is about to beat them both. If my monitor switches off for a second. So 14.4, that's the fastest time of the weekend so far. We always see Wedessi seems to be able to go really quick. Well, actually, it always seems to be able to go really quick, because Alex Moores is being blatantly held up here by Abby Leggett. There's nothing wrong on Abby Leggett's part, but he might still be able to do a lap that's good enough to at least get into Q2. I mean, the only problem is the dirty air. If you're behind another car, Kuhn set a time, Duran set a time. Oh, the yellow out there. I'm pretty sure this is just someone who pitted after losing front. Oh, we got contact! Kieran Hardy and James Lang have come together at the final corner. And Alex Moores could get held up here. That's Kieran Hardy and James Lang have had an incident. And this could be huge for Kieran Hardy in a car. And he's lost his rear wing. He should be able to make it back. They've got going again. But where did this happen? Hardy went for the inside of Lang. Oh, both went into the wall. I think that was a bit optimistic there from Hardy. And that's ruined Alex Moores' lap. I think that was a little optimistic from Kieran Hardy there. Because the front wing, we've got another yellow out there. I think this is just someone probably entering without front wing. It's not any drama or anything of any kind. Of course, there's drama with Kieran Hardy trying to get to the pits without either of his two wings. But I think that was a little optimistic there from Kieran Hardy. I mean, yes, he had the right to go for the move, but he just understeered. As here is Matthew Tewson. He goes up into 18th. I believe that was a clear run, wasn't it? But we've seen drama so far in this qualifying session. Alex Moore is going to obviously come into the pits. He's going to obviously have to go for another run if he wants to make it in. But both RTSs looking in good shape at the moment. I mean, this is a track I've said many times should suit them and obviously compensate for their problems with a rear end that is all over the place. With that Phoebe O'Connor has done, she should have no problem being into Q2. Here's Matthew Tewson. He should have no problem getting into Q2. She should have no problem. No sign of Lucy Woodward out on track here. Kieran Hardy obviously lost that lap due to his incident. Many drivers have yet to set times. But both Team Moss by MAT cars looking a bit under pressure. With the likes of Woodward and Hardy still down there. Got a bit of a lull in proceedings. I think Alex Moores, even if he doesn't set another time, might actually just get away with it. There's not really anyone on any fast laps at the moment. But I think both RTSs, which is really encouraging, because I think both RTSs already should be safe. And unless there's a sudden mass improvement with cars ahead. Lucy Woodward's just gone out on track. But unless there's a sudden massive amount of improvement, I don't see how enough cars would be able to beat the likes of O'Connor and Morrow, particularly O'Connor. It would actually be the first time that she would have got into Q2 in her career. Of course, she's a fast driver, just hasn't been able to prove it due to the car. We know that she is fast. It's Lucy Woodward we need to watch. The likes of Kieran Hardy should be out there again. Let's hope for Lucy Woodward that she doesn't get caught up behind anyone. But she doesn't for now. So into Sandevot. And up Beaurivage goes Lucy. Getting the drive, a bit hesitant on the throttle, so 20.8 in the first sector, I believe that was. There's a 20.6 in the first sector, which is a good first sector for Lucy Woodward. Definitely should be enough to get in. Baroness have looked a little off this weekend. Lucas Quintanilla down there in 21st. Obviously in his first race with CGP, we should expect him to be able to get out. Only Hardy, Hyde and Woodward have yet to set times. So now into the final part of the lap goes Lucy. This is where a lot of drivers have lost time. But that looks good for Lucy. So into Raskas. Into the final corner goes Lucy Woodward. Where is this going to put Lucy Woodward? I'm pretty sure it should be enough to get in. Lucky that it was that lap that she had, because there goes Gindana of Jack Baldwin, I think that is, exiting the pits. That should be enough to get in for Lucy Woodward. Abby Leggett might have a bit of a problem here. I mean, the Lockie we should expect to get in. And she might pit, Chloe Carter. But if Chloe Carter pits, then Leggett might be safe. Because I think this might be her final run, though. Carter doesn't pit, and that could pose a problem for Abby Leggett. She might struggle to make it in. So into turn 1 goes Abby Leggett. And she might get a second run on these tyres. Into Massenet. She doesn't seem to be leaving that much time stuck behind the Lockie of Chloe Carter. So I say the Lockie's kind of a car that's around the pace of the Mossad round here. Oh, that looks very wide. Blakemore's gone out on track. Shantana looking good. Alex Moore's on a lap that should easily get him in to the second part and just assure him safe. He goes up into second, so Yanataroka 1-2. Leggett's not improved in the first and second set. I think she has been held up by Chloe Carter. I mean, Carter might enter the pits here. No, she doesn't. This is really bad for Leggett. This could put Leggett towards the back of the grid. And Lucas Quintanilla getting held up as well. And this is the problem with Monaco. As here's Ben Blakemore. And this is the problem with Monaco. It's just very hard to find a clear run. So I think Abbey Leggett's going to be in trouble here. As the Shantana of Ben Blakemore heads into the hairpin. Is Matthew Tewson going to be able to get himself out? Because I think he's on the cuff. Ben Blakemore's doing a good lap. But that's the problem you have around Monaco. With cars so close together on a very narrow track, it's just impossible to find that clear run at times. So now the Shantana has pitted. The tyres, I think, would have had it for Leggett. Ben Blakemore's on a very good lap. He could get himself in. He gets not the best of drives off of Raskas, but gets a good drive off of Anthony Nogue. So across the line goes Ben Blakemore. Is this going to be enough? No, it isn't. He lost time in the final sector. So it's Quintanilla's gone up into 19th, so he's got himself in. Matthew Tewson's now got to improve. So Tewson, Blakemore, Leggett, Bland, Hyde, Everson, Lang, Howie and Hardy. Who's being held up is Kieran Hardy, but by a CGP, who is on tyres that have had it, so Hardy could be in trouble here. Without Matthew Tewson. And there's a speed tech ahead. He's probably going to catch whoever that is towards the end of the lap. So he could be losing both Team Mossad by MATs here. So, Tewson. Oh, he really had to back off there. So I think we might really be losing to Team Mossad by MATs here. So across the line goes Tewson. It's not enough. What about Kieran Hardy? Hardy gets himself in. This puts Quintanilla back in. And I think Quintanilla is going to struggle considering his tyres. Yeah, Quintanilla's in the pits. He might possibly go again. Toby Jones is on all that. But it isn't looking good for Team Mossad by MAT, is it? Someone's improved. Oh, David Bland goes up into 21st. Oh, we got a massive crash! And that is Toby Jones, who's been into the wall at Saint-Devote. Toby Jones has had a big off at Saint-Devote. Oh, that is a massive shunt for Toby Jones. Lucky for him, in Q2 the car's automatically repaired. That was a massive shunt. He finished the lap, but then he just went straight off at Saint-Devote. But I think Toby Jones is safe. David Bland. I wonder. I'm not sure if we're going to see any of the cars. I think we might. That might be it for Q1. Unless we see the likes of Quintanilla go again. Jack Bowen's got no front wing. Oh, he went off at the swimming pool. And that leads obviously on the reasons why the yellow flag is always locked on, it seems. They will have to get a move on if they want to get out there again. Any of the cars. Looks like Harvey Williams we're going to see in Q. We're going to see Harvey Williams into Q2. Oh, Leggett's going again. Leggett's going to go for another one. And she could possibly do some movement. Oh, there's a Lockie. That's actually the car that held her up before. And there's the Dork of Duran. That shouldn't hold her up, to be honest, the Dork, because the Dork's faster. Quintanilla has gone again. So it's the likes of Quintanilla and Leggett we need to keep an eye on. The likes of Lucas Quintanilla and Abby Leggett. We need to see what Leggett's going to be capable of. I think Matthew Towson is definitely done. Done for in this session. So, Leggett crosses the line. No one exits the pit, so she is going to get this lap. Through Sandoval. That looked reasonable at Sandoval for the Team Mossad by MAT driver. Of course, remember, first lap was ruined when Alex Moores exited the pits, her current best. So, it's a little bit up on her previous best. But I believe it was the final sector that she did lose out, which is where everyone's losing out these days. So now into the tunnel. What sort of a lap? It's Leggett and Quintanilla we need to keep an eye on. They are the ones that could easily get out of that drop zone, even though the Mossad has not looked great this weekend. But she is way up. And that looks good. This could, through there, into Rasgas. Not the best drive off of Rasgas, but into Anthony Nogues. So, across the line. Is it going to be enough for Leggett to get in? Yes, she does. Leggett has got in. That pushes Chloe Carter into the drop zone. Lucas Quintanilla, I don't think is going to do enough. I think he has to defend from the Master Force, but Abby Leggett gets in. And the checkered flag is out, but is Chloe Carter going to be able to do anything? I don't think she is. But that is interesting. It's Quintanilla on another lap apparently, but he's probably going to be forced to pit. That's the thing. Yeah, he's improving, but he's going to be forced to pit, so Quintanilla is going to fall in Q1. So that is it. Out of Q1, we lose Carter, Quintanilla, Bland, Towson, Blakemore, Hyde, Everson, Lang, and Howie. So, time for Q2. The second part of qualifying. "18 minutes of action this will be. Of course, we've lost the bottom 9 cars. And this is where, the Anata Brokers need to get clear laps in. Session is underway. And out on track goes Wesley. So, he's clearly trying really hard to make sure he gets a banker lap in. To make sure he gets that banker in. But he just, of course, he needs to hope no one exits the pits as he exits. And this means even if he does get held up, he will have should have time for another one later. So the likes of Leggett and Wondagala going out on track. Leggett, who Phoebe O'Connor in Q2 for the first time. RTS have looked a lot stronger here. I think it's only a track thing, so I don't think the upgrades have fully done their job. But RTS looking a lot strong, because I think this track just suits RTS. It was actually Phoebe O'Connor it was actually Louise Morrow who opened the session. Morrow opened the session with Wesley following. So now is the time he just hopes no one is going to go exiting the pits at the worst possible time for him. Which no one does, so he is going to get this lap. He doesn't need to push on this lap, does Wesley. If he can just get a lap together, then he should be in without a problem. So into Massenet, into Casino Square. Into Mirabeau. Into the hairpin. And now into Portier. Into the tunnel goes Wesley. Yellow out there for a brief second. Now into the chicane. That fiddly chicane that people refer to as quite fiddly chicane. Obviously, you really have to get the braking right and then get the line right in order to gain time. Into the chicane. Now into the second swimming pool. Now into Rasgas. This has been a good lap for Wesley. He's kind of really pushed. He didn't really need to push, to be honest. But he's really pushed on this lap. Louise Morris is a 16-0. And Wesley does a 14-6. So that should easily get him into Q2. Alex Moores is on a lap. So as I can see one of the Dork racing cars ahead. Hannah Duran is not on a lap yet. Neither is Chantal Hawk's not gone out on track yet. Phoebe O'Connor goes third. Just behind her teammate, Louise Morrow. I think she had her lap scuppered because it's 3/10 she lost. I believe she had her lap ruined, did Phoebe? Yes, she did. Oh, really ruined. And that explains all the time lost. Alex Moores only goes 4th. Baldwin's gone to the top. And that is interesting. Phoebe O'Connor's on a good lap. Baldwin's gone to the top, but not by much. Now into the chicane. Gindana have just looked strong this weekend. Phoebe O'Connor's on a much better lap on this set of tyres. I believe Alex might have had a problem on the exit of swimming pool, maybe, I'm hearing. Across the line goes Phoebe. Of course, she's pitting at the end of this one. She goes up into 11th. Dan Milner only goes 10th. I'm presuming there was traffic involved. Abby Leggett has done sometimes a time. And Kieran Hardy's got traffic in the form of Max and Guy. Chantal Hawkes on a lap. Got Abby Leggett ahead, but I'm not sure if Abby's going to affect her or not. Abby Leggett, who scraped through by the skin of her teeth. Yellow out there somewhere, so has anyone had a problem, or is this the glitch? Yes, the glitch. Oh, that's really held up Hawk there on the exit of the swimming pool. Abby Leggett really held up Chantal Hawk there. I'm not sure if this is going to make her lap not good enough to get in. She goes 8th. I'm not sure that's enough. Going to be enough. With the likes of Coombs and Hardy yet to set a time. Here comes Matt Coombs. Hardy's gone 9th. Coombs goes 4th. Hawk's going to have to go again. And she might be using this lap. I mean, she's at 5/10 down on her previous best, but she lost a lot of time in the final sector. Toby Jones is a driver we should expect to get in. He's in 18th. But it's the last sector. Hawk did lose a lot of time, and she's over a second down on her previous best. I don't think she lost a second in the final sector. She does improve her best. She did lose a second, but because the tyres are gone, if she pits, she should have time for another one. Or is she going to risk going for another one? No, she's pitting. She should have time for another one. No. As here is Toby Jones. He's not put a time on the board yet. Neither has Harvey Williams. Kerry-Ann Peace has. Everyone bar Jones and Williams have put a time on the board. We need to see what Toby Jones can do in the Coombs GP. So across the line goes Toby. Doesn't get disrupted by anyone else in the pit. Up Beau Rivage. Off throttle into Massenet, now into Casino Square. Up towards Mirabeau with this overhead camera. Great shot of the cars that we get. Into the hairpin, locking a wheel through the hairpin, of course, one of the wheels going off the ground. And now into Portier's. Looking so far like a good lap for Toby Jones. As he heads into the chicane. The rear wants to step out as he heads over that bump. He gets the drive off the chicane. Now into Tabac. Into the chicane. Into the swimming pool section now. Up towards Rasgas. Just lets the car slow down and guides it through the corner. Into Anthony Nogues. And across the line he goes. Let's see where it's going to put him. It puts him up into fourth. That actually does push Chantal Hawk out. And she should have time for another one. But I think she will be a little bit concerned though. As here is Louise Moreau. RTS have looked good this weekend. Both cars into Q2. Shame that they're having to celebrate that. But that's the way it's been so far this year with RTS. As into the hairpin goes Louise Moreau. She's on a good lap. Phoebe O'Connor, I'm pretty sure, is capable of improving from 17th after her second lap was on a set of used scrubbed tyres. It's Chantal Hawk who we really need to keep an eye on here. I mean, she is going to be quite concerned down there in 11. Especially with Louise Moreau improving. She lost a bit of time in the middle sector. Gets to drive off the swimming pool. Now into Rasgas. And now into Anthony Nogues. Across the line. It's no improvement position-wise. SC goes to the top in a 14.5. Yellow out there again somewhere. Harvey Williams is about to set a lap time. His first lap of the session. Sixteenth he goes. So here is Max from Tagala. Will Buchan we also need to keep an eye on as well. Oh, a bit of a stuttery exit there for Max from Tagala as he guides his car into Rasgas. Very bad exit off of Rasgas. And that is the lap gone. Here is Chantal Hawk. For the moment, she's in clear air. Tom Mungle is on a lap. Up towards Rasgas. Into Anthony Nogues. Alex Moore's down there in 8th. I don't think he's particularly safe. He improves, does Tom Mungle. There's his Kerry-Ann Peace who's starting a lap. Likes of Buchan as well. We need to have to see if he can improve. But Will Buchan. Louise Moreau, but I'm presuming that'll be her session over. But it's Chantal Hawk who we really need to keep an eye on here. And the first part is, will she have the lap scuppered by someone exiting the pit? So she crossed the line now. I can hear someone, but it's not going to affect her lap. That's good. Now she just needs to get the lap together. Does Chantal Hawk. Up Beaurivard, now into Massenet. A bit of oversteer going into Massenet, now into Casino Square. She gets the drive off Casino Square, now in towards Mirabeau, before heading into Lowe's. That looks good going into Mirabeau. This is where the Dork is usually very good, in that middle sector. Now in towards Portier. 0.4 of a second up on her previous best already. Into the tunnel. Breaking down into the chicane. She's got this final sector to go, but this is where a lot of people have been losing time. It's apparently very slippery off of the swimming pool, which is why everyone's been losing time. But it is a good lap so far by the Dork Racing driver. Alex Morse has done a purple first and second sector. Hawk using the wall a little bit there. Getting a reasonable drive. I don't think that was the best we've seen anyone take, but this should be good enough to get in, I think. So, Hawk crossed the line. She goes up into third, so that's good enough. So Chantal Hawk should be in. That pushes Lucy Woodward out. But Alex Moores is on the cusp, and he's being held up as he's just exited the pit. Alex Moores is on the cusp here, and I don't think he's going to be able to improve. Let's have a look at Phoebe O'Connor. I mean, a Dork is a quick car. So O'Connor down there in 19th. We think that she should be able to do more. There's Alex Moores ahead. Of course, the rear end all over the place on that car, but round here it's not as bad to have a skatey rear end. So where is this going to put Phoebe O'Connor? That was good through Rasgas. I think that was Duran entering the pit, so Alex Moores should get this lap. So, Phoebe O'Connor goes up into 16th. Now that wasn't Duran going into the pits. Alex Moores has a masterful front wing there. Milner's been off. He went off at Mirabeau, at Massenet, colliding with Jack Baldwin. He had already lost control even before the contact. Let's see what Alex Moores is going to be able to do. He's 2 tenths down. Alex Moores could be in trouble here. Could Alex Moores possibly be a driver that we lose? Because Will Buchan's on a lap. But did he get to the line in time? Phoebe O'Connor's on a good lap. But she's lost time in the middle sector. Leggett's done. Morrow's done. Alex Moores rounds the final corner. And further good measure, that was Essie exiting the pits. But the lap was already done either way. Will Buchan's not improving. I think Alex Moores might just get away with it. Baldwin goes to top. Could maybe Quintana be a contender for pole here today? Quintana are seeming pretty strong. Is anyone looking like they might improve? Not. Will Buchan's not. Phoebe O'Connor is. But it might have been the final sector where Buchan lost out. He's going to have to pit. No, it's done. So, out of Q2, Alex Moore's having a lucky escape. And actually not really any shocks in there. Any major shocks. But RTS will be pleased to have 13th and 16th compared to where they have. Obviously there's still a lot of work to do for them. There is still a lot of work to do for RTS, but that'll be a step in the right direction for them. Kerry Peace will be starting 19th in the Lockie. Q3 is about to take place. So, time for Q3. Gindana now looking like they could be in the battle for pole. Like, maybe Gindana could be in the fight here. So, Q3 is about to get underway here in Monaco. We are underway. Green light is on. We have the green light at the end of the pits. No one immediately going out there. We've got a car going out there. It is the Gindana. As well as the Dork and the Inasaroka. I think that's Alex Moores. So Jack Baldwin has opened the session. Duran is out there behind. Alex Moores is out there. O'Driscoll is out there. Coombs has gone out there. So quite a rush at the start of the session to see all the cars going out. 5 cars already out there, which is not something we usually see. Essie's gone out there. So everyone pretty much, a whole bunch of cars. So Baldwin is going to be the first to start a lap. So's Duran. Alex Moores is going to start. So let's have a look at Alex Moores, because he is quite a way behind. Obviously behind. So where's Will Essie going to go on his lap? It's a question if he's going to have traffic. So Alex Moores. So what's the first sector like for Jack Baldwin? 20.2 in the first sector for Jack Baldwin. 20.3 for Hannah Duran. 20.2 for Alex Moores, but he's a little bit down. So there, Will Essie's crossing the line now to start his lap. Let's have a look at the middle sector. So Baldwin is the one with the advantage at the moment in the first sector. It's looking like Gindana could be the closest challengers to Atharoga. So let's have a look at what Wellesley's first sector is going to be like. 20.2 in the first sector for Wellesley. Hannah Duran set of purple. Middle sector. A very bad middle sector for Jack Baldwin. It's purple for Hannah Duran. Alex Moores. Jack Baldwin's a 14.7. Alex Moores has done a reasonable middle sector. Whereas this Hannah Duran is a 14.7. But Alex Moores is a 14.6. What about Wellesley? So Alex Moores is a 14.7. Wellesley set a purple first sector. It's a good lap so far for Will. It's now into the chicane. So, what sort of it's a 37.4 in the middle sector. Looks okay off of Rasgas, which is where a lot of people have been struggling to put the power down. So here is Wellesley. It's a 14.5, so it is first blood to Wellesley. So, first blood to Wellesley. Without Kieran Hardy. He's not out there yet. Chantal Hawk's backed up behind her teammate, who's on worn tyres. Maybe Dork feel they could get a tow. I don't think this is the best way of doing it for the Dork Racing team. Let's see what her first sector's like. Doesn't appear to be... She's not having to really back off or anything. 20.5 in the first sector, which is actually 3/10 off. O'Driscoll's gone 5th. No sign of Jones, Milliner or Hardy out on track yet. Hardy we need to keep an eye on. Duran's 3rd at the moment. Duran's coming in, so Hawk's going to get the next lap. Unless she pits. So Duran pits. Where is this going to put the Dork Racing driver? 38.2 in the middle sector. Only 7th. Got yellow out there. Jones and Hardy's gone out there. Let's see what Hawk's going to be capable of on this lap. Two tenths up on her previous best, which is good. Full lock through the hairpin. There's a bit of a miscommunication there between, I'm pretty sure, between the two Dork Racing drivers. Essie goes into the pits. He currently holds provisional pole at the moment, but it's by no means done yet. There are so many drivers that could pose a threat. So many drivers. So, Chantal Hawk crosses the line. It doesn't actually improve her up the order. I think she made a mistake doing the lap there, because now I think she's going to have a bad position on the grid. But here's Kieran Hardy. Let's see what he can do on this lap. At the moment, Yanasa Roka will be getting that record run. So what's the first sector like? It's purple in the first sector for Kieran Hardy. But we know that the first sector is where the Guindanas are typically really strong. And that didn't look great through Portier. It's purple in the first sector though for Kieran Hardy. Going into the chicane. Up towards to back. I don't think this is a very good middle sector for Kieran Hardy, but it could still be up there. 57.8 in the middle sector. Where is this going to put Kieran Hardy? A 37.6 in the middle sector. Nowhere near purple, but where is this going to put the Guindana? It puts him second. It splits the he splits the Anasarokas. That is fascinating. Hardy has split the two Anasarokas. Guindana are looking very strong this weekend. I'll tell you what. I mean, I'm pretty sure both Anasarokas will have another go. Only Hardy, who's on his second run on the tyres, and Dan Milliner still out there, are out on track at the moment. So into turn 1 goes Dan Milliner. Where's he gonna go? He was on pole here last year, was Dan Milner in the Master Force. What's his first sector like? Waiting for it to come up. 20.3. It's not hot purple. Toby Jones has gone out onto the circuit. Alex Moores has gone out there. As Dan Milner heads into Rasgas. It's not been a great lap from what I've seen for Dan Milner. Across the line. It puts him into 8th. Woodessy's gone out there for his final run. So both Yatarokas are doing a final run. Matt Coombs is going out there. Need to have a look at Toby Jones. Will Chantal Hawk be able to fuel her car in enough time to be able to go out there again? So here is Toby Jones. So both, you know, not looking a bit tentative going into Mirabeau as Toby. 20.3 in the first sector. Alex Moore starts the lap. I don't think Hawk's going to be able to go out there again. 9th will be very disappointing for her. Baldwin's gone again. Alex Moores has done a good first sector, 20.2. Didn't match the one that Kieran Hardy has done. As here is Toby Jones finishing a lap in the Coombs GP. Woodessy's on a lap. Toby Jones goes up into 7th. He's improving on his pole position time. Alex Moores has lost time in the middle sector, but he can make that up in the final sector. That looks good for Alex Moores. Essley is flying. Alex Moores doesn't improve, so he's going to start 3rd at best. And I'm getting trolled on the stream. He's down as Woodessy, so he's not going to improve. What about Jack Baldwin? Chantal Hawk's gone up. I think she's gone a little bit too late. So what about Jack Baldwin? Remember, he was good in the first sector, but he's down on his previous best. I don't think this is going to be an improvement. It's not looking good so far for Jack Baldwin this lap. As Matt Coombs goes up into 6th. I was trolling me with that picture. But the big question is Chantal Hawk going to be able to finish her lap? Jack Baldwin's improved in the second sector. Looked good off of Rasgas, but understeer a little bit going into Anthony Nodes. Let's see where it's going to put him. Doesn't improve. So all hopes of a Guindana pole have come to naught. Here's Chantal Hawk. Is she going to be able to set her lap time? Checker flag is out. And no, she isn't. So Chantal Hawk is going to start down in 10th. But it is Wesley who has taken pole position once again here at Monaco. It's Wesley who's taken his 4th pole of the year. And with that, Yanata Roca have broken the world record for most consecutive pole positions in CRC. Bravo, Wesley. So many cars he had threats from. But all of those threats, whether it's from a Dork or a Gindana or a Kumchi, eventually came to naught. It's not Yanata Roca front row, as Kieran Hardy starts 2nd. But it's Wesley who is on pole here at Monte Carlo. But Wesley, when it looks like he might have some challenge from what looks like he might have some challenge from so many cars. And apparently a lot of people are not happy that Chantal Hawk got forced to pit. Particularly the Dork Racing team. She was apparently the fastest after 2 sectors. I mean, that is a rare... There's just simply nothing that can actually be done about it. It's just the game, the nature of the game, about what it does. Sometimes it forces drivers to pit, sometimes it doesn't. And because Chantal Hawk has really lost out due to it. Is a driver that has really lost out because of it. But thank you very much for watching. I've got to end now because there's an FSR race that I've got to attend. There's an FSR race that's about to happen. Make sure you go to the Formula Sim Racing YouTube channel to watch me race in that. Hopefully I can get a good race around the Red Bull Ring. Thank you very much for watching. We've got a CGP2 race coming up later at around 5. And then, of course, we have the race tomorrow with the stream starting at 1:20 and the race getting underway at 2. Thank you very much for watching and we'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye.